they're getting in there, just the football thing is just not up yet. We just turn it on. You can go down, turn it on, if you're ready to go. Mic's open, you can go.
All right, good morning. When it comes to injuries, really no injuries coming out of this game. So that was a good thing. When it comes to this game, man, there were a lot of good things that I saw on this tape. Things that we've been building on for this whole season, really. And I'm not just talking about certain positions. I'm just talking about totality as a team. Things that we've been building on. I thought we did a good job of that. But obviously, there are some things that we got to do a lot better. Obviously, you guys know about the fumble that happened with Brees. Yeah, that's something that can't happen. Defensively, adverse situations is what we talk about quite a bit. We have to get better in those situations, which I know the defense looks forward to being on that. And we talk about anytime we're in an adverse situation, we look at that as more TV time for us. And just being able to finish. I've been talking about mental toughness with this team for a while, and I know for a fact that we're growing in that aspect, but we have to continue to look at that and understand how to close out games and how to finish games, especially when we got a team in a situation where we actually want them. I thought they did a really good job, Baltimore. I thought they did a really good job in that second half, being exactly who they were that's when they usually turn it on. And we didn't respond as well as we should have. So that has a lot to do with not just the players, but with us as coaches, too, and we have to respond in those situations, too. So together as a team, I keep talking about how we're trying to build this foundation of who we want to be, and we're going to continue to do that, coaches and players alike, because we're in this thing together. So, again, I was happy on some things that did happen, but obviously there's some things that we got to do better, and we will do better as we progress through this season. So we look forward to practicing this week. We have a team in Atlanta we got to get ready to play. Looking forward to playing those guys and winning that game. So any questions?
Aaron, you've talked about mental toughness before.
Yeah.
Earlier in the season. How is that something that you learn, gain? You know, what has to happen for that to happen?
You know what? The more you can put the players in those situations in practice is when you improve in those situations. So, for example, we have a period in practice what we call start fast. Right, and that start fast period has a lot to do with, man, how we want to start the game, offense and defense. So we have our first team going against our first team, and I expect our offense to get, to make a first down. I expect our defense to stop our offense from making first down. So it puts both sides in a situation where, man, we got to compete and we got to win, and that's one way of earning mental toughness, or actually getting better at mental toughness. We do a 2-minute drill every Thursday, and we all know what that is. That's a situation where it's competing against both sides. And, again, in practice, both sides get a chance to win on those. So, to me, to get guys to be mentally tough, you got to put them in those situations in practice, and we try to do it as much as we can.
Aaron, just piggybacking off of that a little bit.
Yep.
When you go through a season like this and you're in a stretch where you're kind of playing out the rest of the season, do you use these last few games to see who are these guys that are going to ride with us, like moving forward, and you can determine who will be part of that foundation moving forward?
Well, to be honest, I understand the question, but I'm always hopeful that I don't have to put myself in that situation, because I would hope that everybody's riding for us and everybody's going out there competing and doing the things that we're trying to do to win games. And I firmly believe that as players, you have a one-track mentality as far as, man, I'm out here to win every rep. I'm out here to win every game, and I'm not just tanking it, going into the next season. So, and I would say this, man, I am proud of the way our guys are going out there and competing their ass off. Looking forward to winning every game. And I think every one of our guys think like that. And that's a credit to the players, it's a credit to the coaching staff. And listen, I firmly believe that's what our guys think. Man, they want to go out there and win every game. And they're not, there's no quitting in none of these guys.
Hey, G, I just had two unrelated. One was I was curious. I know you didn't get the result you wanted yesterday, and you didn't get the end zone as many times. But what did you see out of Tyrod yesterday? Anything? What were the things you liked out of what he brought?
Yeah, I thought he operated very well as far as getting the guys in and out the huddle. I thought there was a tempo within that I thought he did a good job of. I thought the communication was okay. There's some things communication-wise that we got to improve on, and those are some things I'm going to talk to the players about when we get into our meeting today. But I thought as far as him handling the situation, especially coming off the week that we had, as far as him being the guy and him doing every play, I thought he did a really good job for us. So look forward to seeing how he's going to operate on a move forward. Because I know you guys are going to ask me that question.
Oh, I was not going to do that. Absolutely not. I know better than that now. So I related to Woody, I know you speak to him. You told us you speak to him pretty regularly.
Yep.
You know, obviously, you know, you've been going through these games and not winning games. You're seeing progress. You're talking about what you're trying to build here. Can you describe, because he wants to win now, obviously.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Can you describe how he is with that in terms of his understanding of where you want to try to bring this thing? And is he seeing, in your eyes, the progress that you're seeing?
You know what? That's every player, every coach, ownership, personnel, everybody's, they want to win now. But there's also an understanding of that you have to build things a certain way to consistently win. And he understands that, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he wants to win now, just like the same with me, same with anybody else on this team. So those conversations are always good conversations between me and him. They're always honest conversations. I'm not going to BS him, and he's not going to BS me. But listen, there are some things that I tell him that he wants to see us get better at, but there's some things that I explain to him on here's the reasons why and here's where we're going. And he does see those things, but that doesn't, take the fact away of him wanting to win now and me myself wanting to win now. So, but those conversations are always good, and I do enjoy those conversations with him. And that's one thing I do respect about him as a man, that he's going to tell me exactly what he thinks, but he knows in turn I'm going to tell him exactly what I think also.
AG, what's been the key to the improved rush defense? And you've had some changes there on the defensive interior. Guys have been stepping up. And can you speak to the brand of football you're seeing right now on that side of the ball?
Well, you just said it. There's a brand that we play with, and I've said this before. When you create a brand, it really doesn't matter who's in and who's out, because everybody understands exactly how we want to play. So that play style in general really takes over, and our guys are really doing a good job of that. And I want to say this: I thought the defense did a hell of a job just in general yesterday, not just in the running game, but also in the passing game. When you go up against a guy like Lamar, that is not an easy task of him running around making plays. But I thought our defense did a hell of a job when it comes to that.
Aaron, you talked about how you want to win right now, obviously.
Yep.
And how difficult is that for you, and I guess for everybody that, and I know you weren't here for all of it, but your team clinched the 10th straight losing season, but you're trying to build something so that doesn't happen anymore.
Well,
how do you balance that, and how do you deal with it?
No, that's a good question, because everybody, again, I'm going to say that everybody wants to win now, but you can't lose sight of what you're trying to build. And listen, you can easily just go get a bunch of players from the outside and bring them in, and, man, you might win just off talent alone. And you're not going to win a lot of games by doing it, but you'll win some games by doing that. But it's the foundation of what you're doing really set, of who you are and what you're trying to build. And to me, I try to make sure with our players and even with our staff, that, man, we keep a focus on that. Even though we're trying to win these games, we're trying to build things the right way to make sure that we sustain the winning that we're going to do, once this thing gets to where it's going to get to. So, listen, it's tough. It is. But we also have a forward-thinking mentality as far as, man, here's where we're trying to go. And we have a vision of where we're trying to go, and we try not to lose sight of that.
Take a couple more.
Why has Mechie been able to come in and be productive right off the bat?
Listen, he's come from a program at Alabama, which you guys know, that's embedded in him on how he has to work. There's a lot of people who really don't see what he do behind closed doors, and he's here every morning, 6 o'clock in our indoor catching 300 balls. So if you put all that together with a lot of other things that he do, he's going to be successful. And you look at the things he's overcome. I don't know if you know his history, but he had an ACL. Man, he fought a battle with an illness, and he's come back from all those things. So success is in his future, no matter what he do. And I'm not surprised at the success he's having right now.
Take the last one from Costello.
Aaron, I understand Brees can't play every play, and you got running backs that have roles. But
Yep.
I think some people look at 4th and 2 yesterday. You go, okay, why isn't Brees on the field? Because he's probably your best threat, run, pass. You know, he keeps the defense guessing.
Yep.
What can you just tell us, like, you know, how you manage that rotationally, and are there situations where you got to go, you know what, I need my best guys on the field?
Yeah, that's a good question also. But I would say this. We trust all of our guys that we have that's on the field. You look at Isaiah and you look at his yards per carry, man, he's doing a really good job running the ball too. So I think he's also a threat with the ball in his hands also. And then with the receivers that we have out there, we trust those guys to go make plays. I think AD did a hell of a job making a move on their corner and actually winning on that. I mean, obviously he didn't get the ball. The ball went towards Mitch. But, man, even in that situation, man, we trust Mesh to go and win that one-on-one situation. But the guys that we have on the field, man, we trust those guys to go out there and make plays. So we know for a fact they make plays for us.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you.